sorry, I don't feel like buying it. If I'm getting a JP copy, I might as well just play the JP copy until I actually get to top tier.
Hey, yeah, sure. At least you're doing the run. I'll help you out. I'm just joking about how JP is disappointingly bad.
It probably,
you know what?
Realistically, it probably only loses like less than 30 seconds over.
No, it loses a lot of time. It loses 1 second every wait animation.
Yeah, but how many times do we wait? Like 4 times in the run. That's it.
Well, not just wait. End of turn period.
I thought it was
like
only waiting.
No, it like when your little 1 from your turn count ticks down to 0, it takes a whole extra second before everything moves.
I forget. Does it cause lag on the VAs for text? Because Japanese has voice acting everywhere.
Not that I know of, but it might.
I would say, from my experience with most video games, even if the actual dialogue itself goes at the exact same speed, you'll lose time to the game having to load the dialogue somewhere when it actually loads the sound files in.
Yeah, probably lose a noticeable amount. Yeah.
Because even like Pirate War, or my brain is fried. Not Pirate Warriors at all. When I was doing the test for Grand Battle Rush, right? And I was testing all the costumes and stuff. If Luffy was fighting against Foxy, Foxy would say a special quote against Luffy and it would add 7 frames of lag. So I'm pretty sure like there's just stuff like that in the Japanese where it's like if it had to load the sound file, it probably adds 10 frames of extra lag to the load screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I still think
that if you compound it.
Version.
PAL?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why?
It would just be laggy though, right?
Yeah.
I compared my run with Apache Eyes pal, and he was reaching every fight like a second faster than me.
How? The game would run at a shittier frame. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could just
I don't
be
know.
like that.
I don't know if his turns ended slightly faster or what, but he was reaching everywhere slightly faster than me.
Was he PAL or PAL EMU?
We were both on EMU.
That might be why.
No, but I took a few videos to wind him up.
Yeah, a lot of PAL games on emulator can be very soft when it comes to.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't doing like the basic loads. I was talking about just like basic map movement.
No, yeah, but what we're saying is like a lot of the PAL gamers / PAL games will have frame skip on, which will make the game actually skip frames overall.
Right, what character am I supposed to pick for Namek, Megs?
In which game?
B2?
For Namek, it's just Gohan.
Is there like a extra step fruit on this map?
Yeah. Gohan moves left and digs for an extra turn for a peach. I have a whole speedrun tutorial.
Set spawns.
You'd like it.
Yeah, well, I'm doing this blind.
Well, then why are you asking?
This is so funny to me.
I'm doing this blind, but I can still ask questions.
Don't tell him shit.
I think
Fuck you, Mike.
I think what he just said was,
you.
I don't want to read. Tell me, Nugs.
Well, it's a
no,
video.
I just don't feel like.
Oh, even worse.
Hey,
I
I thought it was
pulling something up
helpful.
and watching it right now.
No, I think you're ultra helpful. What I mean is, it's less of a reason for him not to watch it.
Hey, bro, the tutorial was godlike.
It is godlike.
It's a pretty good tutorial.
What do you guys feel like better? Ready for this one? So I'm about to send everybody's soul to the Shadow Realm. Ready for this one?
What's going on, brother?
When I went to do my pickup, right? I saw a Budokai Tenkaichi 3, right?
Oh?
Guess how much it was?
200.
$4.
It was actually 30.
Bro, did you cop?
That's a
But
cop.
here's where I send your soul to the Shadow Realm.
Uh-oh.
The disc was fun.
There's salami in the disc tray. Damn it.
Could you resurface it? Or
Yeah.
was it unscapable?
It was, but it's not enough. Like, because they don't really check the disc. I'm like,
The only way to actually
damn,
save a
this-
game
this
from the
is
dead
not
is to
resurfaceable.
actually get one of the buffer machines. That
How would it not be, though?
there's a crack on the disc.
Oh, okay, that sucks. Yeah. That is definitely Shadow Realm.
There goes everybody's soul in the shadow.
Yeah.
Why even sell for 30? It's not even worth a penny.
Honestly, bro. Honestly,
Oh, well,
bro,
no,
the case and manual themselves
yeah,
are
the
probably worth
case
about
and
that.
manual. Yeah.
Yeah, heck, I mean, I saw an unopened copy of Fight for New York for $400.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Absolutely
That looks
insane. Fight for New
Yeah.
York.
Can I just beat my
It's
time,
the holy
please?
grail of gaming. Like, seriously, that is the holy grail right there.
That game goes hard.
If
What?
I could find a way to get it, I would, but not $400. No thank
What
you.
was it? I think it was like Evo last year or something. They did a Fight for New York side event. It was cracked.
Combo cancel, Mikey.
There's a few games that I'm on the hunt for. It's getting pretty ugly. One of them is Rival Schools.
Oh yeah, that game is getting expensive.
It's getting ugly. Well, it's gotten better compared to last year. Last year was like $250. This time it's like $150.
Yeah.
It's a lot better, but
Fuck.
I'm not gonna take a chance at buying it online and it not working.
Yeah, I feel ya.
PS1 games are bad about that. Like, you buy a PS1 online, like PS1 game online, it's terrible. Terrible.
You just gotta know how to look. My whole PS1 collection's from online. Everything works pretty good. You just have to go with trusted sellers and make sure there's pictures of the disc where they show the disc in light, so you can see if there's scratches.
Yeah, there's only one place that I'll ever trust, like, when it comes to that, because, like I said, you get some very nice surprises. Let me tell you, 95% of my collection that I got, most of my games I got, Goodwill.
That would be great. I mean, Goodwill in my area, they put all of their games on the e-commerce website. Like, they don't put any games on the floor, they immediately go to their auction site. So,
Same here.
unfortunately, I can't find anything here.
I buy them all on, I get most of them, I go on Amazon. And
Yeah.
because I have Prime,
That's what I
guess
do.
what? No shipping.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do, to be honest.
I just look for the first thing that I do first. Number one thing that I do, I always look for the Goodwills first.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a little bit more expensive and it's a chance, but I trust that. I mean, I grew up with it, you know, and that's
Hey,
what I mean.
man.
Hell, if I wouldn't have to take that with Street, right? I spent $22 with taxes and shipping, and I got a memory card with it. And I had
Yeah.
3 memory cards.
It's a pretty nice dice roll.
Yeah, that was great.
Combo
Yeah,
cancel,
I
Mikey.
trust
You
that.
know how.
And they're really good about their refund policy. They don't fight you over it or anything. So
Yeah. So if
really
something's
good about
happens in about
they don't check the games or anything, which I understand. You know, it's all right.
most of the time they just don't have a way to, like, reliably. So they're just like, whatever, here you go.
When I used to work at Salvation Army, the cool thing is I was the only person, literally the only
Damn, I
person.
did not want to do that to you.
Gaming. So they would have me check all the discs and stuff to make sure they were good and everything.
Yeah.
I could just tell, you know, us gamers, we could just tell by eyeballing it.
A lot of the time, yeah. Sometimes it's deceptive. Like, I have a couple games that are scratched as fuck, but they work the whole way through.
Yeah, that's how my SmackDown 2 is. I call it the game that refuses to die.
There's
Yeah.
only one buffalo
Those
machine I've
PS1 games
seen
can take a
that'll actually
beating.
save a game completely from the dead, and that's DK Odie's Blood Buffer Machine. So literally, I've seen it save like a really deep scratch game, and it works perfectly.
That's wild.
That's the thing about
Yeah.
PS1 games.
Damn it.
man. They can take a
I wish
beating.
those machines were like easily to buy, but they're not.
They cost a couple grand, I think.
Yeah, this one costs the one they have. The cost close to around like $5-6 grand,
Yeah, that's correct.
So there's,
and they got like 10 of
let
them.
me tell you. I'll tell you what. The PS1 games and the Super Nintendo games, the cartridges for the Super Nintendo and the PS1 games, those games can take.
Why the hell?
Yeah.
Those games can take a serious pounding.
Nothing
For sure. Oh, hell no.
Oh dear.
What?
Giggity,
Oh
giggity,
dear.
giggity.
No, no.
And let's
Wait.
see, I got And so far, my collection, I got.
So wait, is Budokai 3 JP also cursed?
No, it's fine. It's only 2.
So part of my collection, I only got 2.
Like I said, I'll
Just
swap
one
over
game
to
stacked.
D2 English whenever I'm like top tier. Like, if I'm just starting out, I'm just gonna start DB. Makes no sense for me to have to invest in a.
Well, yeah, of course, but fucking yeah. I was just like I said, just talking yak about how it's depressing that it's worse because I like playing Budokai in Japanese over English.
Alright, and I'm guessing for the Dr. Gross segment, I picked Kid Trunks and Goten.
No, never.
Why? Wait,
It's Gohan.
go on and pick up a right?
Oh, it's Gohan Supreme Kai. What am I saying?
Yeah.
For New Game Plus, yeah.
I'm doing New Game Plus. I literally downloaded this shit.
Oh, that's horrible.
Are you serious?
Goku face Joe.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well.
I made a list. So
A list?
I made a list of games I have to collect this year. I want to look for this year.
Nice,
I made a
nice.
list. Yep, I made a list, and
Are you kidding me?
I wrote them down, and I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna get them all.
Good luck, my friend.
Yep, I'm gonna get Underground. As I told you, Hawk Underground. Put that on there. Put Underground 2 on there. Put Project 8, because I've never actually played Project 8 before.
Project 8 was like one of the only Tony Hawk games I got to play after the Pro Skaters. Like, all my friends had Underground, I didn't have it, so I got Project 8, and it wasn't as hype, but then I got Underground later on somehow. I don't even remember how, I think I just got it from like a game store for Xbox, but it was
Am I
slapper.
supposed to dig up a fruit with one of these?
Yeah.
Just
A friend of mine
how
had,
do you fix
a friend
this?
of mine had
Gohan
Underground
to where
2.
Goku was.
I haven't played the second one.
It's basically the
Supreme Kai
plot is
mixed up.
pretty good. It's like Team Bam versus Team Tony.
Have Gohan dig.
Hog.
They're trying to one up each other by doing like crazy.
They're doing a
stuff in
world
town.
destruction tour. And
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And follow Goku.
It's a much
It's
more
pretty
like
cool.
cheesy game than like Underground 1 tries to kind of tell like a story of you becoming a pro skater, and it does it well enough. Like it's not realistic, but it's like kind of realistic, and I think that's cool. In the second
talk
game,
about Tony
it
Hawk
goes
right now.
leans really hard into the like craziness, which I think is really cool because like you're not gonna want to just redo Underground 1 again. Like that'd be silly.
Yeah, I've never
Please
actually
don't
owned
talk about Tony Hawk right now. I'll
Underground 1, but I
literally
have
bitch
had
run
friends that
fast
played
as
it.
fuck, and I'll plug in the Xbox and I'll literally start playing Tony Hawk. I literally have every single Tony Hawk game that's on the Xbox.
Let's see what else is on my list.
How much health
American
did that
Wasteland was
Blue
like the
have?
third one, right? That was pretty good. Had a
Scarface, the war was yours.
Mikey, how much weight there with Supreme Kai?
Put that
How
on
much
there.
health did that blue Cyberman have?
A little over like
Put,
entire last part and a little into yellow.
Put True Crimes New York City.
Oh yeah, I played that game when I was a kid.
Let's see, I put in a game called Narc.
The only Tony Hawk game I do not like is American Wasteland.
I've heard
I
a
think-
lot of bad things about that game.
I think it's fun to play, like gameplay improvements were fine, but it is just not a great game. So it at the end of the day, it's an underground game, so it's like it plays well, but like the story doesn't really make any sense. You're like you have a female friend, she's trying to do a zine about like she's kind of trying to be like punk with it, and then she's like wants you to kind of like try to publicize her zine and create like a skate park called American Wasteland. That's the idea of it, but it doesn't really make sense or go anywhere. So it's pretty bad. Like
It
logically,
makes sense and
story-wise.
goes everywhere. That's why they travel around getting pieces to make the best skate park ever.
That would fly if not for the fact
I'm
that
just
that,
gonna move.
like,
I'm
that
just gonna
doesn't
move
have
back.
scale to
Can't
it.
you like
Yeah.
place the skate park pieces
Why?
anywhere and shit like that?
It does, but like the problem with the game is like there's just not okay. So at the end of the day, the idea isn't the worst thing ever. Like going to towns and like breaking statues, then grabbing them and putting in your park is fine on paper. problem is that would never fly, right? Like obviously you'd get caught, but you could say the same about Underground 2, I suppose. It's just a weird world.
Yeah.
But like, I think the thing that hurts it is that a lot of people didn't necessarily like the main female lead at all, like logically it kind of doesn't really go anywhere because like you're just creating a skate park with a bunch of pieces from other places in the world, and
Yeah, it was poggers.
Kind of like Downhill Jam didn't really
Y'all
go
keep
anywhere.
talking about Tony
well.
Hawk, and I'm literally just going to play right now.
Or was it like?
But
I'm
Downhill
hooking the
Jam
Xbox
bad,
up after
or
this
is it
run.
for sure.
As if I don't
Is it like
choke somewhere.
Bad, like,
I think Underground 1 and 2 just set such a high standard that by comparison American Wasteland looks silly. I think that's the biggest thing, because I had no problem playing American Wasteland. I played the whole thing through. So I agree with Nugs, it's fun to play, and I thought the plot was okay, it was fine. But I just mean, like, if I had to explain why people don't like the game, I would say it's mostly because it's just, it doesn't hold up to the standard, and it kind of has a silly plot.
yeah,
Correctly. Oh, you said you had to do.
I got that on my list as well. So American Wasteland's on my
Yes,
list.
but look how many health bars he has. You need Goku.
Like Narc is on my list as well. I played that game when I was a kid. Let's see, 187 Ride or Die. That's another one.
Mix,
That's
I've played through this game so many times casually. This is probably the fastest time I've made it through this.
of course, you know, I'm going with some of the popular ones like Bully, you know, San Andreas,
Oh, come on.
stuff like that.
16's AI is brutal in this game for no reason.
And I got a couple of games on my list already marked off. I got Zone
I
of
guess
the
I
End.
tapped triangle too many times. That's the reason it ended up canceling out the attack.
So I ended up getting Zone of the Enders. I ended up getting Kill Switch. I ended up getting, I ended up getting Showdown Legends of Wrestling, which was the first time I ever owned that game. I ended up getting Sled Storm.
Be
I ended up
completely fine with
getting
moving
most of the Guitar Hero games. I ended up getting X-Men Legends this year.
Anything's got to be better than what I used to do. I would just literally rush up with Goku
X-Men
and leave
Legends,
everyone behind.
Yeah, I have the first one and the second one. I've never owned the second one before. Let's see, what other
16's only gonna chase Goku. That's
Yeah, he likes
So I'm gonna
butterflies
get-
and Goku.
Like,
I feel
I
like
still on
fighting
my
over
list. Like I said, I read you some of them that was on my list. I got Spider-Man 2 on my list. I got Ultimate Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man 3.
Literally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring Gohan here, launch him back, let him fight Goku, and then I'll bring him back.
And of course, I got some of my wrestling stuff. I got SVR 2008, SVR 2010, 2011.
Find a
I think
power
that's
cord
the
for my
last
Xbox.
game.
God.
Got,
Unless I've got one scattered somewhere behind this damn desk I just don't know about yet.
I got Unimusha 3. I've never owned that one.
The game's cool.
I've never actually owned that.
Fuck you, 16.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I have to get my boy on here. You know, my boy Dante. I had to, man. Devil May Cry games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say top 3 characters of all time in a video game: Kirby, Dante, and why Kirby?
Third one?
Why not?
What was the third character you said? Sorry, it cut out.
Kratos.
Oh, okay. From God of War or from
Enemies in this
Tales
area.
Symphonia? I just mess around. I know you from God of War.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't take much to get over. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm slow as molasses.
No, it's fine. I was joking because they have the same name, and I remember my friends and kids were like, I couldn't tell which one they were talking about because like Symphonia was very popular at the same time as that game.
Oh. There's one thing that I didn't really get into in the PS2 days, and I want to change that, and I want to get into more JRPGs.
You should play Persona 3. That shit goes hard.
It's
I've
not
been
real
wanting
hard.
to get into. There's 2 series I've been wanting to get into. That's Persona
Okay, so
series and the
let me get this
Dot
right.
Hack.
There's a way to like bait cell to teleport to the back.
Every time Goku moves, Cell teleports.
I will say
this is gonna be
the
so
dot
bad.
hack games didn't age well at all, but you can attempt it.
Dot hack is one of the biggest, not even compatible with OPL, which is an ouch.
My biggest issue is where do I start? There's so many hack games, I don't know where to start.
Well, so there's the way I look at it is there's technically only 2 dot hack games. Like, insofar as that, there's dot hack, right, which is a 4-game series. Infection, like mutation, outbreak, I think, and then I don't remember, quarantine. Those games are all one, like, continuous game. It's just that instead of selling the games as like a 4-disc video game for the PS2, they just sold them individually to make more money and had more time to create them.
It was literally just a way to make more money. So they were like, hey.
Yeah, there's save inheritance. So like the first game goes into the second game, which goes into the third game, which goes into the fourth.
Oh, so kind of like what Mass Effect does.
A little bit, yeah, but just much more direct. Like you inherit everything between all of them. And then GU is like that as well, but only 3 games. So there's dot hack GU 1, 2, 3. But they're all one continuous story. So there's only 2 like dot hack games. There's just a lot of discs that are separate.
Well, it looks like I'm just gonna have to wait until I get all the dot hack games first before I just put one in. Gotcha.
I'm going to get you.
They are expensive. You can play like the 3rd or 4th game without playing the first or second. I'm not saying to do that. You can, as in like the game doesn't stop you and it lets you play. It like gives you a flat level when you hit a new game. It goes like, oh, you're playing the 3rd disc. You should be around level 50, and it gives you a bunch of generic items in level 50.
I think Goku's too far away for Cell to teleport.
It's one of those games. Okay, that's cool.
So I would say, but the one that I think is hard to play nowadays is the original 4, the Infection till Outbreak or whatever. The reason those are hard is because the gameplay didn't age well at all. But I will say the GU games aged relatively well overall. In fact, they got remade recently because of it.
He has breaking capsules on. He has none of the shit. Oh fuck.
Xenosaga?
Yeah.
You can equip them mid-run.
All of the Xeno games,
I know.
like Xenogears, Xenosaga.
Oh wait, he does?
I don't recommend Xenosaga though. I think it's actually bad. It has popularity because at the time people really liked like the first game, Xenogears for PS1 or whatever. But Xenosaga kind of got plagued by a lot of people for being just like a cutscene simulator.
Oh god, that's not
like,
good.
Yeah, I don't recommend it at all. I think like Xenosaga or Xenogears is very good.
Let's go, Yoshio.
It's like when you get high and that one person completely kills your eye. Yeah, thanks. You just killed my eye.
Yeah.
If anything, I would probably get it as part of just to have it part of my collection.
Yeah.
But I'll put that at the very bottom of my list.
Yeah, I think at the top of the PS2 library of RPGs, we're looking at like P3, Persona 3, Persona 4, past Persona 3 and Persona 4. We're talking other Shin Megami games are also just fire on that console. Not Shin Megami 3 Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. Those are fine. They're very good games, especially Nocturne. Honestly, Atlas did crazy work on the PS2.
I know, Megaten's like my favorite series of all time.
Of course, you can't have a PS2 JRPG collection.
Low-key, I found a lot earlier with Persona 3 and the disc was clean.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's not as contemporary, but or whatever that means. I mean, like general, like what we expect out of a JRPG, but it is definitely one. It's obviously that one is huge. I'm trying to think of other JRPGs for PS2 that I'm just not remembering that are fire. Oh, the Tales.
Most likely, I will ask again in the future. I'm probably most likely to get it. So.
Oh, for sure. What were you saying, Chrome?
I recommend everyone that wants to start with 4 Chrono Trigger, and if you do have a PS2, you can just buy the PS1 2 2 in 1.
Let me show you how
Yeah.
it's 17.
And the play on the bench. It's a great way
Teleport,
bench
but alright.
because they are the best.
I think he'll teleport
I
everything
would
on
more or
the
less
computer.
agree. Those are very good entry-level RPGs.
I love both of those.
Did he
Especially
teleport?
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, like once you get in proximity of cell,
Definitely
he
masterpieces.
teleports every time Goku moves.
You can just buy the
Try to teleport it back there so I can loop him.
and play on the
He won't
I think
unless
it's called.
you hit
Is it
part
called
the-
Anthology? There's 3 of them. There's
Yeah,
like
Anthology.
Origins. There's like
Yeah,
Origins,
Anthology.
Anthology, and I forget the other one. It doesn't matter, but there's a 1+2, a 5 and 4, 4 and 5, and then the Chrono Trigger and 6 because in Japan or something they were thinking of putting like Final Fantasy 3 on it,
I've
but they
heard so
vetoed that
much.
idea because the game is too weird to a Western audience.
Oh my goodness, but Chrono Cross is so expensive.
yeah.
Is it now?
Yeah,
Holy
it is
crap.
expensive.
It is expensive. It went
Well,
up.
like a lot of games you think are still cheap, they're like going up in price randomly because people want
Like,
them.
check this out, right? So last
Well,
year,
it recently
one-
got remade as why.
so
That one,
last
same thing
year,
happened with
when we
Resident Evil 2.
went
Resident Evil 2 used to be like basically $20 to get locally. Now it's like 40 to 60.
Yeah, when I looked on Amazon for Chrono Cross, right, last year, this was like during the peak of the pandemic too, so it was about $90.
Wow.
I think y'all are just looking at the wrong places. I literally bought Chrono Cross like a few months ago for $30. And I just looked at it on eBay, it's still about $30.
Now
On
I can
Amazon,
check
it is
the
currently
game,
also 28.
That was
It's 28
last
on
year.
Amazon right now.
That's probably for a greatest hits sealed.
It
They
is,
still
but
make those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just mean that like
It's
like
still
in terms
cheap.
of
Yeah.
getting a hold of the game, you can.
Yeah.
If
it's not
you're
that expensive.
Dave!
I got a copy of Chrono Cross and 4 and the compact together for like 25.
Nice.
I heard the remake's really good though, the Chrono Cross.
Probably gonna get no
yeah, the
I
remake's
mean-
good.
because next month I'm probably gonna look for a bot on eBay. I'm gonna buy a lot.
Hello, David. How are you?
I've been here the whole time. That's that's good.
I just wish you would have said hey to me.
Oh, personally, so
Yeah, you want the personal.
we're
No,
celebrating.
Yoshio, this is tragic, Yoshio.
This
You got
is-
this.
This is giving me grief. This is harder for me than last
I'm
time.
excited, man. This is cool.
It is a lot harder.
Yeah.
Your-
Your sounds popping
Your
off.
angle,
We got
your angle's wrong, Yoshio. I think.
It feels
the
good for me to
response telling
finally
people that
see
he's got that they're bad.
and
No,
not have a
He's
anxiety
good.
attack.
He's very good. This skip is just weird now.
You know, I'm excited for the One Piece mini event. I'm literally like wrote down.
There we go. There we go. Holy shit.
Hell yeah,
I'm
man.
so glad that you're down. I was.
Yeah, Nyland came up with it.
Did you guys see the THQ Nordic conference?
Good job, Yoshio.
I
Fantastic.
should have made it visible.
You don't need
So
it.
what
You
is
just,
everyone gonna
you just
submit then?
aim between the fire
game.
hydrant and the lamp. That's all you have to aim. The rest of it's fake.
I'm so happy that South Park's making another game. Oh,
That's funny.
Blue gas station. Let's go.
Blue gas
it
station.
said at THQ today, they were doing 26 games. All of a sudden, you just hear Randy, and they spray paint the 26, and they write 25.
Why do you drop down and walk?
Because I don't want to fly over it.
You won't.
Okay.
Wait, Yoshio,
So
you
that
didn't
means-
just the world
that means-
record there?
What?
South Park done.
He got world record, but he's trying to get double world record.
Double. Congrats, bro. I did not notice that.
Thank you. We are gonna
gamer.
game so hard.
If I remember correctly, here you chose Gohan and Kid Trunks.
Yeah.
You can save a lot of time if he gets it.
Cause an
steadier.
animation.
Yeah, a lot.
Alright, so before Before I nap,
And is there like a two-step fruit here?
You just move them down and wait forever. So like Trunks stays, and then Gohan just waits with Trunks.
That's really a lot faster on GameCube.
Yeah, way faster. You saved like 25 seconds there. And you have the flight for Super Saiyan speed here.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all played Dragon Ball Z Saga?
Sagas?
Also the
I'm
power
playing it right
going
now.
into...
Sagas
Yeah, he's playing it right now,
Sagas.
literally. He's world recorded it, and he's world recording it again. Now you have the power from here.
I hate
This will
it.
go way faster too.
No, it goes hard
You're like
as
saving
fuck.
like 40 seconds.
Yeah, Sagas is sick.
It's like my favorite DBZ game of all time.
I won't go that far, but it's pretty good.
Okay, well, it's like my second favorite next to Budokai 1.
By Legacy of Goku.
What? You think Saga is better than Budokai?
No, I said like I think it's better than Budokai 1. No, like Budokai 1's better than Sagas, I mean.
Yeah, but Budokai 2 is better than both.
Okay, buddy, calm down.
No.
Budokai 2
2
goes
is the best
hard.
Budokai.
Alright, calm down.
Hey, yo, Budokai 2 is the best Budokai, no doubt. Don't even try and challenge it.
Infinite World is the best Budokai.
You know what's better than all the Budokais?
Get out of here, that game's trash.
Budokai Tenkaichi.
You gotta be squid meat.
I'd rather
on that goofy juice.
I hate to say it right now, but I'd rather play Sagas than play Budokai Tenkaichi.
Every day.
Tenkaichi 3? Even Tenkaichi 3? Come on now.
I'm talking Budokai Tenkaichi, not the entire series, just the first game.
No, I'm talking about just the series, the Tenkaichi series.
Tenkaichi 2 and 3 I'll play any day, but Tenkaichi 1, Glitch will agree with me, it can go burn in hell.
I bet it goes hard as fuck, and you guys
if
are
I'm
just
gonna pick one,
haters.
Tenkaichi 3 is better than the Budokai series.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go that far.
I have the game, but I've never tried it.
It's a good game, but I hate to say it, but it's kind of overrated.
I think like I'm
Tenkaichi
gonna
3.
be 100 with you. When I was a kid, I loved Ultimate Ninja. First one, Naruto Ultimate Ninja.
Yeah.
Now looking back on it, kind of overhyped.
Yes.
Actually feel
Ultimate
like
Ninja 1, yeah.
I feel weird about that because I have a lot of people who just say the opposite. They're almost like, oh, dude, Ultimate Ninja is actually just hot garbage. Like they undervalue the game now rather than overvalue it.
I think honestly, I think some of those people just.
I'm guessing I fight Cell here.
Straight up.
No.
I think some of those people that say that about that just say it to be
You
different.
have Goku get the peak.
I kind of feel that way too, but I feel like it's weird. Like when I was younger, I'd be like, dude, how'd you like Ultimate Ninja? And they're like, I just played Flash. And then I was like, okay, well, did you try Ultimate? They're like, yeah, I tried it at a friend's house, but it's nothing like Flash Ninja and Flash Ninja
I
is a
played
better
stupid.
game.
No,
And it's like, feels kind of weird.
You can't
So
fight Cell anyway, he moves away.
I don't disagree with whatever like it's actually rated as, but I just mean that I think the game, I think it's like very skewed. Either people are like, I love Ultimate Ninja, or they're like, what the fuck, that game's trash. Like, I think that it has a very...
I just don't like that.
You sound like you went to people's houses who played Clash and you played Ultimate Ninja and you were just like a sad panda or something because they.
You're talking about me?
Don't get me wrong, Storm. I'll be
That
honest.
happened to me for sure, but I just mean that
Yeah.
like a lot of people that I met had that opinion, like 40 plus people.
It's crazy because when I was about just leaving and out of school and stuff, it's crazy me being 35 and all, and that game coming out when it did, and that drop, everybody was talking.
Keep moving your ass up, Vegeta.
Yeah.
Now
I know. It was extremely hype with my friends too.
Yeah, as I'm getting older now, and as those people that loved it, you know, they're still loving it. Like, still, they're like, oh, it's just these Naruto things just don't touch Ultimate Ninja. I'm like, what about Storm? Storm was fucking good.
Well, Storm is an Ultimate Ninja game.
Yeah, and I'm like, Storm is really good compared to the original Ultimate Ninja. It's it alive.
Well, the original Storm is also terrible.
Storm 1 is terrible.
Maybe it's the nostalgia. I don't know.
It probably is, because it's pretty bad.
I mean, I
There's a
wouldn't
lot
know
of nice
now
things going on here.
as an adult, but playing it as a teen, I love that game. But playing it now as an adult, I don't know. 'Cause I'll go back.
I played Ultimate Ninja. I played all of them, and I played Storm when it came out and all that stuff, and I replayed them. I would say like Ultimate Ninja 1, Fire Ray, Ultimate Ninja 2, 3, like they're good, but mostly expansions of characters. Storm came out basically around Ultimate Ninja 4-ish to 5-ish, and they were like, bam, Storm, is what it felt like in terms of era for me.
No!
And
you know, I actually didn't like 2. I thought 2 was literally the same as 1. It's weird.
I'm not supposed to
for
touch
Ultimate
him.
Ninja or Storm 2?
No, the original Ultimate Ninja. Ultimate
No, that was
2.
what that's what I was saying. Is Ultimate Ninja 1, 2, 3, I was saying they basically just felt like character editions. Until they got to Ultimate Ninja 4 and 5.
Yeah, and then Storm was alright too. Honestly, I liked Storm 1, but my favorite one of them all, 4 just felt like it was more 3D. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. It felt like it was the same game, just more up close camera.
Are you talking about for Ultimate Ninja?
For Storm.
Oh, for Storm.
Yeah, Storm 4. Okay.
So
I still have to do the Boruto. I really don't want to.
Sure.
But,
Yeah, I just remember Storm. So Storm 1 is a very buggy and very weird game. Storm 2 is fantastic, and onward they're all good for the, in my opinion.
my favorite
But
one of them all.
I just think Storm 1 was bad when it came out. There was a discrepancy between people like, I preferred Ultimate Ninja, the older games, the 2D games, and then Ultimate Ninja, the 3D game. I actually remember a lot of people were like, oh, I don't actually like Storm at all. It was only until Storm 2 where everybody flipped sides. They were like, oh no, Storm's fire. Storm 2 is the god tier
Storm 2 was the game changer.
Storm 2 is the best one in my opinion.
Yeah,
The first one was, I'm going to be honest with you, Storm 1 was garbage. I hated it.
Yeah, it's a garbage game.
I hated it when it first came out, and I hated it when I first played it. I hated it when I replayed it, and I hate it now still. I can't stand it.
Kiba could crash the game by like doing Fang over Fang into another Kiba, and Kiba could crash your game by doing an ultimate jutsu to end the round.
This run's already
Which is-
dead.
Which is like crazy.
That game was so buggy, dude. Like, especially when you're doing the stupid rings motion.
Yeah.
You clear.
This run's already dead.
This may be just a side tangent, but whatever. I clearly freaking go through the ring, and it doesn't count for me. How do you not count a ring you clearly go through?
Yeah, it's bad game design.
Terrible. But the second one was great. I loved it. And they took everything that was wrong with the first one and they fixed it.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the pain song.
We're gonna break world record again, boys.
Like FIFA, it's the same game, but with new characters. So
The second one is Pain, right? That's the Pain Saga?
Yeah, it is the second one. I agree with you, Chrome, especially for the original Ultimate Ninja franchise. Storm did try to be very different per game. They started slipping up around Storm 3 though. So like Storm 1 to 2, massive change. Storm 2 to 3,
yeah.
or 2 to Brotherhood 3, like those were a little rockier. And then in terms of just not being that changed.
When you refer to 3, do you mean generations?
No. There's 2 Generation 3, 3 Revolution 4. But the Revolutions and Generations are like half game in between the two.
Yeah, I know people that say, I know Revolution's trash, I know people that say Generations.
Most people I know say something to the effect that Gens had the best combat, and then along with 2, and then like 3 they killed the franchise. Rev had some things, but if you didn't like the game being broken, like in terms of overpoweredness, then people hate Rev. And then 4 generally settled somewhere.
I'm just the type of person that thought the concept for Revolution just did not fit that kind of game.
What do you mean the concept?
The concept of hosting a ninja tournament where you have a bunch of stupid minigames. It just did not fit the concept.
No, okay, yeah, in that way I agree with you. But what I was to answer Crumb's question, I think Storm tried, but around 3, they did exactly what you just suggested, where they just kind of just kept adding characters. Yeah, it's very, very similar with very few tweaks.
Yeah, that's why I.
Oh, Yoshio, clutch out, King.
We are getting it again. I was hoping to get a sub 40, but that's too late. But we're close. It's definitely possible.
Oh yeah.
Screwed up my beer.
Here's how I feel about the Storm
yeah,
series.
put me over Vegeta. Fake him.
I don't know how to feel about 4.
For which game, sorry?
Storm 4. I don't know how to feel about it. I played it one
I
time.
The best one.
All right.